My family and I have been in Zimbabwe for 3.5 years now, and the time has come to tell you that our posting here has been extended for a little longer. Therefore, I have finally chosen my Shona name, Ndinonzifarai. Nekuti ndinofara sterik, ndiri kugara muno mu Harare. In other words, we are delighted to be allowed to spend some extra time in this beautiful country and continue our collaboration with you, the Zimbabwean people. Today, as every year, on the 2nd of June, we celebrate the foundation of the Italian Republic and our friendship, the friendship between Zimbabwe and Italy. And we really do have cause for celebration, as another major infrastructural project has just been completed by an Italian company in the south of the country. The Tokwe Mukosi Dam has the potential to change the economy of the region where it is located. It is the 5th major dam built by an Italian company in Zimbabwe, after Kariba, Osborne, Zove, and Mashikade. 3 of them, by the way, were financed by the Italian Development Corporation. Italy has been among the countries that in 2016 have come to Zimbabwe's aid to alleviate the effects of the El Niño-induced drought by providing emergency aid to the tune of $3 million, particularly directed to the most vulnerable segments of society. And I must thank all the implementing organizations, and particularly the Italian NGOs, for a great job done. As we celebrate this year's plentiful rain, we should not forget to raise awareness of the importance to manage water sensibly. That is why, as part of our series of events called Ambiente, dedicated to the protection of the environment through art, the Italian Embassy has teamed up with other major players, namely the city of Harare, the embassies of Germany, Spain, Sweden, the EU delegation, UNESCO, UNICEF, Miracle Missions, BirdLife Zimbabwe, and the Discovery Museum for Children, to create an initiative called Wet Land Dry. Schools around the country have been invited to compete for the best environmental project dealing with water conservation. These are examples of what we do as an embassy and as a country. Through initiatives like these, we share our values, our beliefs, and our concerns as partners and friends of this beautiful country, Zimbabwe. Internationally, as a member of the United Nations Security Council for 2017, Italy considers relations with Africa a priority. This is why the G7 summit of last week took place in Taormina, Sicily, the southernmost region of my country and the closest to Africa. It was a conscious decision by the Italian government to symbolize the need for closer collaboration with Africa in general. Sicily has borne the brunt of the migrant influx, and the Italian Navy has rescued hundreds of thousands of people at sea. But these efforts are not sufficient, and indeed they are bound to fail unless we tackle the causes of the migration itself. African economies must develop at a faster pace to make sure that youngsters are not forced to emigrate to find jobs. And that is one of the principal reasons why, coming back to Zimbabwe, the Italian government, through this embassy, has accompanied and supported the so-called Lima process. It's a process that has been moving at a much, much slower pace than we all would have liked to have seen. But it is nonetheless crucial to the development of this country because it is firmly anchored to the economic reforms that are indispensable to the attraction of foreign investment. We should not lose our optimism in spite of the setbacks, nor should we abandon the sense of urgency that is needed to maintain momentum. I am convinced that if the economic reform plan set out by Minister of Finance Patrick Chinamasa in his document of September 2015 were to be implemented in full, foreign direct investment wouldn't be nearly as sluggish as it has been in the recent past. I know that austerity measures are never easy, especially when elections are looming. But not all economic reforms are unpopular, and some of them represent the famous low-hanging fruits that we hear so often about. It is crucial to pick them now if we intend to send out much-needed positive signals to the international markets. Anybody who has set foot in this country knows that is much, much stronger, richer, and more beautiful than it is perceived abroad. We know that. But not everyone is fortunate enough to be able to visit Zimbabwe. That is why we must work together to improve this perception. An important occasion to do so will be the elections of 2018. Free, fair, and most of all, peaceful elections would certainly be the positive signal that this country needs to send out to the rest of the world. It's an opportunity not to be missed. And speaking of opportunities for collaboration, I believe that some of them are missed precisely because there isn't enough knowledge among our respective peoples of who we are and therefore of what we believe in and stand for. This is why, as an embassy, we put art and culture at the center of our diplomatic activity. It is a way to communicate our values and explain the reasons why we want to engage with this country. It is also a way to show you what our peculiarities are, so that our relationship with you, the Zimbabwean people, can grow and become truly collaborative. Without reciprocal knowledge, cooperation cannot be real. Relations will stay on a superficial level and true friendship will not take root. Something that has taken root in Zimbabwe is our Musica Festival, which will celebrate its 10th edition during the first week of October this year. Musica is a platform for cultural exchange. It is a way to show our values and create important networking opportunities for business people. Musica is education. Musica supports a sector that is crucial for this country's development. To conclude, Italy will continue to cooperate with Zimbabwe and with our dogs. Italy will continue to cooperate with Zimbabwe because there is no doubt in our minds that our relationship can and will grow. From infrastructure to artistic interaction, from diplomacy to business, from fashion to agriculture, Italy will continue to play its positive role in this beautiful country. Thank you. And before we proceed to the toasts, let me say a couple of words in Italian to my compatriots. Celebriamo la Festa della Repubblica in Zimbabwe con orgoglio per il completamento di un'altra grande opera infrastrutturale da parte di un'impresa italiana. Sono grato a tutti voi per lo spirito pionieristico e per il bene che tanti di voi fanno in questo paese e vi ringrazio dell'entusiasmo con il quale siete sempre pronti a collaborare con la nostra ambasciata. Now let me invite our guest of honor, Ambassador Bimha, and all of you to join me in a toast. To the friendship between our two countries, to the beautiful, talented, and kind people of Zimbabwe, and to their president. Ambassador Bimha.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Enrico De Agostini, Your Excellencies, heads of diplomatic missions, Your Honor, the Mayor of Harare, Councillor Bernard Manyenyeni, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The ambassador did not tell me that he was going to put on a hat. Otherwise, I was going to bring my favorite cap to match his. Secondly, he says that his adopted Zimbabwean name is now going to be Farai. And our last born is called Farai. So we'll be more than willing to adopt the ambassador as our son. It's a boy ambassador. And his mastery of Shona will not bring serious cultural challenges. On a more serious note, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, on behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and indeed on my own behalf, I wish to extend hearty congratulations to you, Ambassador De Agostini, and through you, to your fellow citizens on the occasion of your country's National Day. We are happy to join you in celebrating this auspicious day, which fortunately comes immediately after an important development in our bilateral and technical cooperation with your country, which you have mentioned, Ambassador, in your statement. As you are aware, distinguished guests, on the 18th of May 2017, the President, His Excellency Comrade Robert Gabriel Mugabe, officially opened the Tokwe Mkosi Dam, which was constructed by the Italian company Salini Impreglo. This event was an occasion for joy and celebration to the people of Zimbabwe, especially since this dam will unleash enormous potential for development in such areas as tourism, agriculture, and energy, sectors that are very important drivers in our economy. It will also improve the lives of the people in the Mwenezi area. Your Excellency, I would like to convey the gratitude of the government and the people of Zimbabwe for the technical support we have continued to benefit from Italy in other sectors of our economy. We will remain eternally grateful for the contributions that Italy has made to the development of Zimbabwe. Your Excellency, we are happy to note that Italian companies have significantly increased their participation at the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair and the Harare Agricultural Show over the past 5 years. I am confident that such interest will strengthen the potential for trade and investment between our two countries. Your Excellency, in our culture, they say that the guest should not speak longer than the host. Therefore, in conclusion, I would like to thank you, Your Excellency, for the very active role that you have played in enhancing the cooperation between Italy and Zimbabwe in the very short time that you have been here. And I do see that your government has realized the very short time and they have extended it to make it a little longer. With these few remarks, Your Excellency, allow me also to propose a toast to the long life and good health of His Excellency President Sergio Mattarella of Italy, to peace and prosperity for the government and people of Italy, to continued cooperation between Italy and Zimbabwe, and to Your Excellency's good health and success during your tour of duty in Zimbabwe. I thank you.